What's up, guys? I'm finally back. If my Twitch app will work. What? How am I not streaming right now? We're back. We're back. We're really, really back. Guys, I've been grinding off stream. I have been grinding my some of my levels. Really just some of my bow skills. Yeah, let's take a look at what we've done. So, if you take a look here at bow, I'm now at level 8. 8 in bow. If you look now at, let's see, lock picking and stealth, I'm level 9 in stealth. And my lock picking is level 10. Alright, so I've definitely made some progress. Progress. Do I say it as a British person or as an American person? Progress or progress, I don't know. Lots of bees. You guys, I don't see a whole lot of side quests around. I do see some DLC quests. But yeah, there's not a shit ton of side quests out there anymore. Good thing we built that road. I'm a forest man. Forest traveler man. I'm a ranger, a forester. Let's go here and here.
Good health to you.
Is there anything suspicious going on?
Look at me, I'm like low.
Indeed there is. I heard there's been quite a ruckus in Talmberg. It seems some gang of poachers has settled in the woods there. I couldn't tell you anything about it, though. You best talk to Nicholas, the Tomberg Master Hunter.
Cool. Talk to me, baby.
Can I sleep?
Aye. For how long?
How about if I pay?
Sure, but...
That's quite a lot.
Well, now. You all like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud, it is. Farewell.
So we have a new quest in Talmberg.
Come right up.
Come right up. Dude, I'm never going to get my reading all the way up. Where's the scribe, bro? Hold on, you declare. That's better.
I hope I can be...
Let's have a word about the shop.
Well,
Are we agreed?
that's not enough. Aye, that would do it.
That would do it. That would do it, but it didn't do it. Really? That didn't boost my skill at all? I think I'm pretty good at reading at this point. Dude, I always overeat. What am I doing? Why did I eat poison food?
Guard watch. Oh,
Where do I go to?
in the loft.
Do 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 do. Took a little bit of a break from this game, guys, because I needed it. Been playing for so long, and I was grinding, you know? It wasn't going to make good content anyway. Wasn't going to be interesting, wasn't going to be fun to watch. Wasn't going to be talking a bunch.
God be with you. I'd like to make you an offer. I've been appointed bailiff of Pribyslavitz. We're resettling the place, and I need a huntsman there. What do you say?
Ah, Henry. I'm already Sir Divish's master huntsman. That'd be a step down for me. Sorry, but you'll have to find some. See you, lady.
Master Huntsman, is there any work for me here?
There's always something that needs doing. You're that Skalitz lad, aren't you? Sir Radzig's lackey.
That'll be me.
Right. I saw you here shortly after the attack. My word, to get away from Talmberg like that, quite remarkable. It's clear you're not easily scared. So I do have a job for you.
I'm listening.
We've been having terrible problems with poachers lately. In Sir Divish's forests, we've been finding gutted entrails of deer and rabbit nooses all over the place. But no sign of the bastards who put them there.
And you want me to track down the poachers?
Indeed. Whatever you learn will be useful to you.
Do you suspect anyone?
Well, it's hard to say, but seeing how much harm they're causing, I'd say they're no crofters looking for a Sunday roast.
I'll try to find out something about them. Any advice about where to start?
Certainly. Ask around the village. Somebody must have seen or heard something. And it wouldn't hurt to ask in the inn in the glade, the one on the road towards Neuhof. I've heard they serve good venison, and no shortage of it.
That's clear enough. As soon as I hear anything, I'll let you know.
Thanks for your help, lad. God be with you.
Game saved? Let's check. Hare hunt. Hey guys, I'm going to take a quick break because this is a complicated thing, so...
And he will give you the Hare Hunt side quest. Now, this quest will automatically fail a bit later, but it leads to the 3 side quests that can be completed for the completionist trophy. But in all reality, you only need to do one of them to get this trophy. Make sure to exhaust all the dialogue options and you will get a waypoint marker to head to the Inn in the Glade fast travel point. Head there and talk to Andrew and ask around for the poachers. Exhaust the dialogue options to get the quest Sheep in Wolf's Clothing. He will ask you to go and talk to Jakob in Neuhof and retrieve his tankard. So head over to Neuhof and talk to Jakob. Now, there are 3 ways to do this. Number 1, talk to him, accept his bet, and beat him in the archery contest. Number 2, deal with him threateningly by choosing the sword talk option, and then you guys will engage in a fist fight. Beat him up and loot the tankard. Number 3 is to knock him out and take the tankard stealthily. Ow.
So we follow the Sheep in Wolf's Clothing quest line. The other one will not work for this. This is only if Margaret, the woman in green, has decided to commit suicide along one of the paths or in the water somewhere. She did this pretty early on in the game for me, so this quest has been very, very fun. The new patch.
Okay, so is this quest bugged out for me too? It looks like it is, dude. I hope they patch this shit, dude.
God save you!
What do you think about all the poaching lately?
What should I be thinking? If they ever catch...
Do you think Nicholas isn't doing enough?
A master huntsman who lets poachers run wild through his woods?
Right. Thank you, innkeeper.
Take care.
I'd like to find out about the poachers round here who've been stealing game recently.
If you ask me, there's some questions best left unanswered. But go and see Elena if you're determined. That old gossip will tell you all there is to know.
I'll never scour these stains out.
I heard there are poachers in the woods round here.
If only if it was just poachers. It's that sorcerer Hare. He's the one who's been running amok. I said he'd be back, and I said he'd be vengeful, and I was right both times.
Tell me something about Hannikin Hare.
Ah, that was all years ago. He turned up here one day. No one rightly knew where from. He claimed up at the castle to be a nobleman's son, and so he got the office of Master Huntsman, and Margaret was promised him for his wife. Nobody could have known he was a sorcerer.
And how did his sorcery reveal itself?
Well, he was able to vanish into thin air in the forest right in front of folk. And I've heard it said he spoke to animals, too. Though I don't know the truth of it.
That doesn't sound very convincing to me.
That's because you've not seen his marksmanship. It was natural, the things he could do with that bow of his. They say he sold his soul for the gift of it.
I see. How did it go with Margaret?
I'm not one to gossip, but she was a flighty lass in her younger years. She could never make up her mind which one she wanted, the Hare or Nicholas. So in the end, fate decided for her.
What do you mean? What happened with Hare?
Oh, that was quite something. And then some on top of it. Sir Henry of Lipa was visiting here at the castle, and Hare snapped his guardsman's neck with his bare hands. Of course, they found him out. But how do you keep a sorcerer under lock and key? You can't. That's your answer. And that Satan spawn slipped the net.
Oh well, quite a wild story. Any idea why he murdered the man?
No one knows, and most likely never will. But they say he was fully in the devil's power. There was a full moon, you see.
Was he actually seen killing the guardsman?
I suppose so. Else they'd hardly know who did it, would they?
That's probably true. There is one other thing I want to ask. Has anyone actually seen this Hannikin Hare? He seems to exist only as a bogeyman to frighten naughty children.
Bogeyman?
Oh, he exists all right, but he flits around in the forest like a shadow. They won't be catching him anytime soon. But Blacksmith's Betty heard some of their goings-on in the woods.
Goings-on? What's that supposed to mean?
Cavorting and raising hell. Sorcery! Hare meets up with his sorcerer's apprentices, and they feast in the clearing in the woods. In the morning, they turn into ravens and scatter. Or so she says. But you'll have to ask Betty for more. Who knows what she saw? Or what she was doing there with them.
Very well. I'll ask. Who does Hare want revenge on?
Master Huntsman Nicholas, of course. When the Hare disappeared, Nicholas took his Margaret and the huntsman's posting.
So Nicholas came out of it well?
That one always knew how to land on his feet.
Thanks. I think I know all I need.
God be with you. God's blessing.
I'd like to find out about the poachers round here who've been stealing game recently.
If I were you, I'd ask Thomas, the backhand. He was boasting in the tavern about how he was off to the woods for... God be with you. God.
Greetings. What do you need?
I've got a few questions about these poachers.
So ask.
I heard you saw something fishy in the forest.
That's right, I did.
Can you describe what you saw?
It was after dark, I remember that. I went up past the castle along by the clearing, and I saw someone had lit a fire, and there were figures singing and dancing, and I could hear the whistling of a pipe. And I could smell roast meat. It was like a feast of some sort. Only I thought maybe it was some witch's sabbath, so I was afraid to stay too long in case they saw me.
Did you recognize anyone there? Someone from the village, maybe?
No. Like I said, it was dark. All I could see was shadowy figures moving around.
Did you hear any familiar voices?
No. But I heard girls' laughter, goblets clinking, a piper playing. It sounded just like any feast.
Where is the clearing?
A short walk north of the castle. There's a track past the woodcutter's camp that takes you there.
Thanks. What do you make of this poaching that's been going on?
It's clear as day. Hannikin Hare's back. And putting those antlers on Nicholas's house? Well, we all know what that means, don't we? It's the sign of a cuckold, you mark my words.
You mean to say his wife's cheating on him?
All I'm saying is she might be feeling the urge. It happens in the best of families.
Well, you're the first who's certain of Hare's return. So far, I've just heard vague rumors.
Well, now, I wouldn't say I'm completely sure. I suppose some other mischief maker could have done it, but better the devil you know. And everyone hereabouts knows Hare.
You were singing a different song not long ago.
So? Why do you want to know so much, anyway?
It's nothing to you, but I'm helping Nicholas unmask that local poaching gang.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, now you know. And you also know not to keep anything from me. So, what's the story with that Hare?
All right, I'll tell you what I know. But promise not to tell Nicholas I said it.
I'll do what I can, but I need to let him know what I discover. So, out with it.
It's to do with Margaret, his wife. They say it's all because of her.
Keep going.
I know full well Hare's here, because Margaret admitted as much.
What did she tell you?
That he waited in the woods till she came by and they exchanged some words. Words was all she told me. Who knows what they actually got up to.
And what did they speak about?
I don't know. But if Nicholas knew they'd met, he'd most likely kill her.
You're sure she wasn't saying it in jest?
Oh no. Margaret wouldn't joke about something like that.
You're the first who's certain of Hare's return. So far, I've just heard vague rumors.
Well, now, I wouldn't say I'm completely sure. I suppose some other mischief maker could have done it, but better the devil you know. And everyone hereabouts knows Hare.
Stop trying to wriggle out of it. Do you realise who... But you know who Radzig Cobbler is, right?
Of course.
I'm his right-hand man, and I'm helping the huntsman catch the poachers. So...
All right, I'll tell you what I know. But promise not to tell Nicholas I said.
I'll do what I can.
It's to do with Margaret, his wife. They say it's all...
Keep going.
I know full...
What did she tell you?
That he waited...
And what did they speak about?
I don't know. But if Nicholas knew they'd met, he'd...
You're sure she wasn't...
Oh, no.
Who's this Hannikin Hare, anyway?
Hannikin Hare? There was a time he was master huntsman here, and Margaret was set to be his wife. But then he got himself accused of murder and fled before they could hang him. Margaret and his job both ended up going to Nicholas.
So what's the story between Hare and Margaret?
It was complicated. He wanted her and she wanted him too, I reckon. At least for a while. But then she hitched up with Nicholas, and now she says she never had a thought of wedding Hannikin Hare.
Do you think Hare really killed that man?
Who knows the truth of it now? I did find it all a bit odd. Hare never was much of a hothead. But then again, no one really knew him that well. And Margaret never wanted to speak of it. Wouldn't hear a word about it.
That's all I need. Thanks.
God be with you.
Time to find out if this chick is dead. She's alive.
Good afternoon.
I'd like to ask you about Hannikin Hare.
I'm sorry, but I really don't want to talk about that.
The thing is, every time I spoke to someone about Hare, they always ended up talking about you.
But I don't.
You aren't to blame for anything, is that it? Well, I am willing to believe you, but you do know more than you're telling, and I need to hear it.
Very well. You're right. And what would you like to know about Hare?
How were things between you and Hare back then?
There was nothing between us. Hannikin Hare impressed my father with all his talk of noble blood. But I couldn't stand him, and I didn't want to marry him. And then it made no odds after he ran away.
So you didn't want to? I only asked because I've heard differently.
That's village talk. Of course folk gossip. Mostly they just want to hurt Nicholas.
Did Hare really commit the murder?
God in heaven, how should I know? Anyway, it doesn't matter now.
That remains to be seen. What did you talk about in the woods with Hannikin Hare?
I see Betty's mouth's been busy.
Don't blame her. I had to work hard to weasel it out of her. Now tell me.
Oh, all right. Well, it seems Hannikin Hare's exile has addled his brain. He told me he'd go off with me, that he still loves me and nonsense like that.
And what about you?
What do you mean? I was so shocked, I couldn't even scream.
Is that all he told you?
He said if I change my mind, I'm to hang a garland of forget-me-nots on the house and wait for him at that place of ours.
Where was it you saw him exactly?
I wish I could tell you. The whole thing was like a fever dream. I almost got lost trying to get out of the forest. Even if I remembered, it wouldn't be any use to you. Hannikin Hare moves through the forest like a goat.
I want you to hang that garland on the lodge.
But I don't want to go anywhere with him.
You don't have to go anywhere. But tell me, where's that secret meeting place of yours?
On the way to Ujitz. Back then, we used to meet by the great big beech tree, right next to the wayside shrine. There's a lovely view there, you see.
And what time will he be waiting there for you?
At dawn. What are you going to do to Hare?
Never you mind. The main thing is it will all get sorted out. And that's all that matters, isn't it?
I suppose so. Very well, then. I'll hang the garland for you.
That'll be everything.
Good luck, then.
Zoom in, please.
Who's there? Answer me.
My God. What happened?
I hear there's been trouble with poachers recently.
I don't have time to talk to strangers. Good day to you. See you later.
I'm here to find out about the poachers gang.
Well, ask away.
I heard you were yelling in the tavern that you were off to hunt some...
Look here. I don't know who you are.
I will, don't you?
What?
Maybe not. Blacksmith's bet.
Nothing.
And I don't suppose you'll...
No.
That'll do me.
What is it you want here?
I want to get a bath, dude. That's what I want. I want to use your services.
I hear there's been...
I don't have time to... God be with you.
Dude, why won't it let me take a bath? That's really weird.
Good health to you.
I'd like to...
So,
proper bath.
I'm sure you'll... Good luck then.
I'm guessing Nicholas won't be joining us. Who the devil are you?
My name is Henry, and I work for the Master Huntsman.
So are you going to arrest me?
I am.
All I ask is that you listen to me first.
Let me guess. You're gonna tell me you're innocent.
I wouldn't presume. I've been poaching on the Divish estate, and I'll take the punishment I deserve. But the crime I was nearly strung up for, that one I didn't commit.
I've heard different things about your crime.
So I imagine. Lucas has told me the villagers still talk of me.
And how did it happen?
It's a long story.
I've got time to listen.
All right. But for you to understand, I have to start from the beginning. I was born as Hanakin Hare of Zalush, the eldest son of Sidney of Zalush. My house became sadly impoverished, and I became the master huntsman at Talmberg.
Gamekeeper turned poacher. I see. That's quite a transformation.
Nicholas gave me no choice.
What happened between you and Nicholas?
I was falsely accused of murder. Henry of Lipa visited Talmberg, and the morning after the banquet in his honor, one of his men was found dead.
And didn't they have any cause to suspect you?
That's just it. They did. At the banquet, I got into a fight with the man.
I know Sir Hanush of Lipa. Was Sir Henry his father?
Indeed. He was on his way to Rattay to take charge of the fiefdom for young Sir Hans Capon.
Why did you get into a fight with him?
The fall of the House of Zalush was the work of the Lords of Lipa, and that fellow took great delight in reminding me of it.
And then what?
Nicholas began to pull strings. Several people came forward as witnesses to say they saw me with the fellow later that night.
Why would he have done that?
He wanted rid of me. We were both in love with the same lass, you see, and Margaret is his wife today. But back then, there was no question which of the two of us would win her. I was the huntsman of noble blood, and Nicholas was just plain Nick. Her father's preference was clear.
Do you know who did kill the man?
No. He was found in a ditch with his neck broken. He could have tripped and fallen, all on his own.
And that never occurred to anyone?
It did. But some people swore they'd seen us jostling on the drawbridge. Of course, that was Nicholas's work.
What did Margaret think of you?
She took me for a fool. She only had eyes for Nicholas, but I didn't see it then. In the end, she could have saved me.
How?
She could have told the truth. After the banquet, I was with her. But when they asked her, she said she hadn't seen me that night.
How did you get out of it?
What leads you to imagine I did?
Your head's still on your shoulders, so you must have escaped somehow.
I'm alive. But my name and my family's name has been dragged through the mud. For me, that's worse than the sentence waiting for me.
If you say so. But you still managed to get away.
Well, it's true I had the good fortune to escape from the dungeon.
From the Talmberg dungeon? That can't be done, can it?
It's not too hard when the lord of the castle himself helps you escape.
So, Divish set you free? From his own dungeon?
He couldn't offend Henry, so he had to lock me up. But he trusted me. We were friends, after all. He led me out of the castle in the night. I was given a good horse, and in a couple of days I was in Silesia. And that was the end of it. At least until now.
This is one of the most insane stories I've heard lately.
That doesn't surprise me.
But something tells me you're speaking the truth, Anakin Hare.
Thank you. And if you want to help me, come to the old mine gallery in Broadwoods.
I'll be there.
I have a plan, but I need some help.
Yeah.
Okay, time to do some off-roading on my horse.
So, what are you up to?
Working out how to get Nicholas's confession.
And how would you do that exactly?
Simple. I'll have him sign it. I've had the priest in Janowitz write me up a parchment. When Nicholas signs it, he'll admit to everything written down there.
How do you want to force him to do that?
He won't have a choice, or rather he will have, between his wife Margaret and the job of huntsman.
Could you stop talking in riddles and just tell me what you're up to?
It's plain enough. We'll kidnap Margaret. That's to say, you'll kidnap Margaret while I distract Nicholas. If he wants to see her again, he won't have any choice.
Kidnapping? That doesn't seem like much of a way to clear your name.
No. Take a look around you, Henry. Sigismund kidnapped Wenceslas, his own brother. And Divish was abducted by Medek of Waldeck.
True, but Sigismund and Medek kidnapped the men they wanted to bargain with. You're thinking of taking a man's wife who's done nothing to deserve it.
And what of it? Those others did it for money or power. I'm doing it to redeem my honor. And since you mentioned Margaret, she's not all that innocent. I could have swung because of her.
But that confession's just a scrap of parchment with writing on it. What will happen to him after that?
That scrap of parchment is for Sir Divish and the provincial court. But we'll be generous to Nicholas and let him leave in peace before we deliver the confession to Talmberg.
So Nicholas will go free, and you'll clear your name?
Hopefully.
So what do I need to do?
I had Nicholas's prized hunting horn liberated. I'm sure Nicholas will recognize its sound from quite far off. I'll lure him out of the lodge at dawn.
And I meant to kidnap his wife while he's gone?
Of course it would be best if she went with you voluntarily, but if not, you'll just have to drag her with you.
Why me?
Can you blow the horn?
No.
Well, there you are then. When you get her, bring her here. Then we can decide what's next.
All right.
Don't forget, tomorrow at dawn.
Let's go talk to Marta. I mean, kidnap. Totally, we're just gonna kidnap her. We're not gonna talk to her or to convince her to come with us. No, we're gonna beat the shit out of her and pick her up. Why is it a private area, dude?
Hey you! What are you doing? Fuck off before I lose my temper. Is something the matter?
Dude, I don't understand. Like, they just made it off limits so that it could be for the story? Like, that doesn't make sense. Why would they know that I'm going to go talk to her? Like, it doesn't make sense for this to be a private area. It really doesn't.
What's that?
I just want to talk. I just want to talk.
Fuck off before I lose my temper. Is something the matter?
I saw you there shortly after. I've got news. Bragging about nothing.
Sorry, guys.
So, what are you up to? Working out how to get Nicholas's confession. And how would you do that exactly? Simple. I'll have him sign it. So that's no written up your name. Quite far off. That horny. That horn you picked up from Nicholas should help us. I'm sure Nicholas will recognize its sound from quite far off. I'll lure him out of the lodge at dawn. I had Nicholas's prized hunting horn liberated. I'm sure Nicholas will recognize its sound from quite far off. I'll lure him out of the lodge at dawn.
And I meant to kidnap his wife while he's gone.
Okay, so it's at dawn. Okay, wait, I'm just gonna finish watching this video.
Of course, it would be best if she went with tomorrow at dawn.
Someone there.
Talk, 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 talk.
What are you doing here?
You won't.
What are you talking?
That man of yours.
Hair won't do anything.
Maybe he's not the person you once knew. A couple of years in exile can change a man.
I'll go with you. Just don't hurt me, please.
I've got no cause to hurt you. Just come with me.
Very well.
I just committed pickpocketing, bro.
Good work, Henry. Now we have to act fast and sort out Nicholas. Are you all right?
I don't think about it much. What next?
Take this confession. Go to Nicholas and make him sign it before you tell him where Margaret is.
I'll get to it.
Here's the document. Don't forget to tell him he should get the hell out of Talmberg before we take it to the castle.
Where would I find you?
I'll wait for you in the clearing. Be quick. I don't want to keep poor Margaret here any longer than necessary.
I understand.
What's with you? Are you deaf? What are you doing here?
You won't, because if I don't bring you back with me, Nicholas will be...
What are you talking about?
That man of yours...
Hair won't do anything.
Maybe he's not the person...
I'll go with...
I've got no cause... Just come with me.
Very well.
Good work, Henry. Now we have to act fast and sort out Nicholas.
I don't think about it much. What next?
Take this confession. Go to Nicholas and make him sign it before you tell him where Margaret is.
I'm not complaining, but couldn't you go to him yourself?
Believe me, I'd rather not drag you into it at all. But if Nicholas sees me, he'll go straight for my throat before I get a word in. The only way to avoid bloodshed is if you go.
I see. Yes, you're probably right. And what if he refuses?
You'll have to make him, one way or another.
And what if he attacks me?
Then of course you'll have to defend yourself. If you knock some sense into him in a duel, all well and good, but don't forget we need...
All right. I'll get to it.
Here's the document.
Where will I find you?
I'll wait for you in the clearing. Be quick. I don't want to keep poor Margaret here any longer than necessary.
I understand.
Yep, they don't like that, dude. I don't think the villagers like that shit.
Have you seen my wife, Margaret? I'm sure something must have happened to her. I can't find her anywhere.
Yes, I've seen her.
Speak, where is she?
Hannikin Hare is holding her captive.
How do you know that?
It makes no odds. Just listen to me.
What, you whoreson? Tell me where she is right now, or you'll rue the day.
Bluster all you want, but if you ever want to see Margaret again, you better get a grip on yourself.
Where is she? Tell me!
Yeah, you scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours. Sign this parchment here, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
I, Nicholas Angel, do hereby confess... conspiracy against Sir Hannikin Hare... just improper punishment? What? You must be out of your fucking mind. Never.
Have you no honor at all? You almost sent an innocent man to his death on account of a woman, and now justice has finally caught up with you. So face it like a man.
Justice? What's all this about justice? Come to that, who are you, really? Why, you probably weren't even a glint in your father's eye when it all happened, and you want to judge me?
Merciful justice. If you sign this, Sir Hannikin will give you a head start. You and your wife could be long gone before Divish learns what you did.
I take it there's no other option.
None. But the deal could have been far worse. You can trade your good name for a happy life with your wife.
There. Now tell me where my wife is.
There's an old mine gallery, a little to the south of here. Margaret is in there, alive and well.
I certainly hope so.
So, have you got it?
It's done. He signed it.
Voluntarily?
Yes. More or less.
Well, I'm glad it's been done without bloodshed.
And what now? Will you take the confession to Talmberg?
We'll go together. I need you to bear witness. I've been gone for years, and I'm not sure they'll take my word for anything.
Well, I hope they do believe you. Otherwise, we're both for the noose.
Don't worry. Divish won't forget our former friendship so easily. We'll wait until morning and then set off.
Right.
Good job waiting for morning.
Hannikin Hare. I never expected to see you again.
It was the will of God that I returned.
You realize that Sir Henry of Lipa has never repealed his sentence against you. I'm duty-bound to arrest you and turn you over to the provincial court.
Perhaps. But will you read this first? Henry here is my witness that your master huntsman Nicholas signed it himself. This ought to change their minds.
It might. I'm sorry, Hannigan. I always trusted you. But your guilt seemed irrefutable. Nicholas was very thorough. Oh, there's no doubting his own confession. Captain.
Yes, sir.
Have the Master Huntsman arrested.
That won't be necessary. I don't think they'll find him.
I understand. So, what's to be done with you now? Poaching and kidnapping the Master Huntsman's wife. You see my difficulty.
I know. I can't stay here. It's enough to know my name is cleared.
I'll have a letter drawn up to recommend you to the service of Sir Vincent at Vellish Castle.
Thank you, sir.
But if Nicholas has vanished and we're sending you to Vellish, then who's going to be my master hunter here?
There's one obvious candidate. Henry here. Help me bring Nicholas to justice. And he's no disgrace as a hunter.
Really?
Or am I?
Well, what of it, young man?
It would be an honor, sir.
Good, good. Then I hereby name you Master Huntsman at Talmberg Castle. My Chamberlain will tell you more about your new responsibilities. Good luck
I did
to you,
it.
Hannigan.
Thank you, Henry. I could never have managed it without you. God willing, we will meet again one day.
What are my responsibilities as Master Huntsman, dude? Tell me. Okay, I got back the reputation loss from kidnapping that girl. Okay, I'm gonna be right back, guys. I can go hunting now and not get fucking. And I can actually sell the meat, right? Won't count as stealing.
I hope I can be of some...
God save Master Chamberlain. Here I am.
So
I'm the new Master Huntsman. I was told to report to you.
Aha, yes. That whole business with Nicholas was, how shall I put it, rather unfortunate. Well, I won't keep you with the lamentations of an old man. Now, to your new duties. You're to supply the castle kitchen with game and protect the woods from poachers. Although, there shouldn't be too many of those now.
No, I expect not. And when shall I start?
Right away. Sir Divish is planning to hold a banquet soon, and he wants venison for it.
All right, I'll get going right away.
By the way, the Master Huntsman should get a hunting bow and appropriate livery. You'll find everything in the lodge, which is also yours for as long as you hold the office.
I see. That's good news.
Yes. Nothing but good news. Run along now. God be with you.
Yeah.
So I'm bailiff of another town, and also a master huntsman of another town. I don't know, man. So my horse has 0 health. My horse doesn't have any health. This whole time I was under the impression that my horse could die. But it's literally just me that will die instead. The more I learn about the horses in this game, the more I get disappointed. I guess it's really convenient, right? It's really nice, really convenient. But I don't really want convenience, right? That's not what this game is about for me. I mean, it would suck if my horse died, right? That would suck. And then I'd have to go back and I'd be really mad because my horse was permanently dead. But if there was some, like, mechanic where I could heal my horse, right? Then there you go. I do have arrows, bro. I just don't have them equipped right now.
Good boy. That's my boy.
I need that.
What are you doing here?
Have you any idea who I am?
Indeed, a suspicious person roaming about in the woods I'm guarding.
Then I hope you're guarding them well, because I am Henry of Skalitz, the new Master Huntsman of Talmberg.
Oh. Ah. Right. I was just doing my job.
Very well. But now, Gamekeeper, don't detain me any longer.
Of course, Master Huntsman. My apologies.
That's all right.
That was an interesting little exchange, I guess.
Look out!
I saw him, but I didn't see my dog. So that's why it happened. I'm a fatty in this game, dude. I eat so much.
What the hell was that? Something you're looking for here?
Welcome, Henry. I'm glad you're here.
What? Not that this meat isn't super heavy and gets bad really fast or anything. Don't worry about it, guys. And you know, you don't have to like let your chambers be a fucking place I can go into, right? You can just stay in private areas forever. The fuck? But where is he, though? That's what I want to know. Where are you, bro?
What the hell was that? Probably some animal. Good God, you look terrible.
I brought that game.
Good, good. Here's your reward. I have another job for you. Sir Divish wants venison goulash. Can you take care of that?
Certainly.
Good luck, then.
Boar meat. Okay. The hair meat is spoiled, bro. Hello? Where did this guy go, dude? This traitor disappeared. There used to be a guy who would trade stuff right here. Well, the best place to sell stuff would be here, so I'm gonna sell everything in my horse's inventory over here.
What do you need?
Let's talk about the... Agree?
Close.
Very well, I agree.
I still have more to sell, guys.
Henry, I'm glad... Greetings, good night. How... Goodbye.
Can we do something about the price?
All right, so.
Since it's you.
I'd almost shake on that. Aye. For that amount, I can be persuaded. Good luck then.
Okay, well, I could go around doing hunting missions and stuff. And as fun as that would be, I don't know, man. I guess we'll try one more.
No, but she's not from round here. She don't live in the village. Maybe up the hill, or with the charcoal burners. Strange women leave the village from God knows where.
I feel like we need more actual houses, you know what I mean? Like, we have... They say that the houses come packaged with the fucking buildings, but, like, yeah, it only houses, like, one person. Let's see how much my bow has improved.
Let's hunt something. Hare. Come along, free.
Remember when I absolutely decimated Hans in the hunting competition? Just by letting my dog do all the heavy lifting and I'm not hitting a single thing with my bow. We're gonna see if I progress past that. I'm not gonna use my dog right now. Am I wrong if I say that the gear in this game feels a little video gamey? You know what I mean? Like, even though it is historical, like the actual, like, putting pieces together and stuff, and like the lack of variety, I guess, just like a few different kinds. Like, I would think if this was real, there'd be way more variety. There'd be like unique pieces by specific people, you know? It wouldn't just be like, here's the fucking type of armor of this, you know? Like a million clones made in a factory? No, I mean it was made by craftsmen.
Get in.
Ah, of course. Can I get there in time is the question.
God save. What can I do for you?
I brought that game.
Excellent. Here's your reward. I have another task for you. A hare feast is being prepared. Go and get some game for it.
Very well.
Take care.
My hunting isn't bad now, you know? Honestly, my old method of getting bows up is faster than this, dude. But if I did go out there and hunt a million things and don't care about the mission and just get a million meat, then it would be way more efficient, right? Okay, time to see if this trader is back. Or if he's permanently gone. Back? Oh, was this him? Right. Okay, be right back, guys, and then I'll do another quest, or look for another quest. First, I'm going to put away some of my goods, though. I'm not going to be right back in the game. I'm going to keep streaming. But I'm going to... Oh, I don't think I have a chest in here.
Who's there? Answer me.
Young man, come over here.
How are you?
How's trade? Any trouble around these parts?
Nothing we can't handle.
I hear you're able to...
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my skills.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Isn't that quite a lot? What about this?
Come now, just a little. Agreed.
I wish I could find Matthew and Fritz, and they wouldn't disappear from the game. Like, that sucks. I did everything that helps them in every way and made their lives better, and they disappeared and died. They didn't die, but they just got sucked into the black hole of video game non-existence. Right? They're not anywhere. They don't exist anywhere in the game anymore.
I'd like to learn to...
Certainly.
Certainly, I'll fetch it right away.
I'd like to practice...
All right.
Isn't that quite a...
Just get my haggling up. My speech skill, whatever.
Come
I don't actually need to save money or whatever.
Here you are.
But every time I haggle, I gain like 1 experience, so.
Certainly, I'll fetch it right away.
I'd like to learn to...
Certainly.
I'm interested in more about...
All right, but it'll...
I don't need the money, but you know, it's fine.
Isn't that quite a...
I could do with
Since it's you.
That's not enough. Agreed. Now...
Here, enjoy it.
All the best.
I'd like to learn to...
Certainly.
How about a bit of grub?
I'd like to hone my...
All right.
Isn't that quite a lot? Is this enough?
I'd almost shake. Agreed. Now listen up.
Ale for me.
I need more books as well. Okay, we're gonna get into some DLC tonight, guys. I've made the decision to do some DLC.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you guys could watch me hunt for hours, of course. Maybe you could find a good ASMR or whatever. But I'm not going to do it forever. I might intersperse it here and there, you know? In fact, let's,
Vic?
Did you get it, Noah? Oh, I missed it. Oh, there it is. Oh shit, dude.
Let's hunt something. Hare.
Hey, who's there?
You're dead. What's the matter? Come on. Bring it on. Had enough? Is that all you got? Going to enjoy this.
I was gonna start a forest fire, bro.
Let's hunt something. Hare.
It's a good way to grind up my doggo, actually. Yeah. Goodbye, trader. You were so useful while you lasted. And you especially would have been useful now when I'm starting to actually want you to be here. Maybe it was the huntsman who came into town. Yeah, well, that's no help. Odd. Odd. Very odd. Odd place for that to be. Don't understand. Villager.
Hey, Henry! God grant you health. How may I help you?
I brought that game.
Show me then.
What's with the echo?
Here's your reward. Before you go, one more thing. Lady Stephanie has expressed a desire for deer kidneys in cream sauce. Take care of it.
With pleasure.
Take care.
Somehow I don't think that's actually supposed to be off limits.
Here. Healed. I'm gonna be right back, guys.
Teleporting horse.
What's going on there? Hey.
Who are you, bro?
Well, I never. The pig turns up willingly for the slaughter. What's the matter? Come on.
The fuck? Why is this sword flying? Like, look at that graphical glitch, bro. He's got like an aura on his sword.
What have we got here? Entertainment. Great. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, guys. Eating a lot of food. Where the frick is this guy? I hate when they blend into the fucking... What? What? Okay. Free. Please stay away from me.
Good God, what happened to your clothes?
Is there anything I can do for you?
As it happens, there is. Drahomira, a widow from Ledechko, requested my services. But it's a long way on foot, and me with my back in such dreadful pain. I simply can't face the journey.
All the way from Ledechko? What, they don't have a herbalist there?
They do, but she didn't want a local. She's a rich widow, inherited a butcher's shop. You know how folks like to gossip, especially about anyone who has better offerings. Do you know anything at all about exorcisms?
Exorcisms?
You know, banishing ghosts, smudging, spells.
Haunted butcher shop. Only a day's work for me.
It's not a task to be undertaken lightly. This is a real ghost, the spirit of a dead man who hasn't found peace. In order to banish him from the world of the living, you'll need to do a few things.
Slit a black cock's neck on the poor soul's grave?
What a despicable thought! No. Do you know what smudging is? You'll need 10 poppies and some flowers from the deceased grave. Once you have all that, bring it to the house that's being haunted. Light it on fire, and the smoke will purge the place of any unwanted spirits.
Sounds like fun. I'll help you.
It's no game. It's a very serious matter. Drahomira was terrified, and these aren't forces to be meddled with lightly.
Fine. Is there anything else I should know?
That's a question for Drahomira. You'll find her in her cottage on the very edge of Ledechko. God be with you.
Oh. Hold on, guys, just 1 second. Trying to watch cutscenes while I eat food, but you know, it's always a struggle. Somehow I feel like I need to stop by a chest. But I don't remember why. Oh, to get the poppies. Right, that's right. Get the poppies. There should be a chest here, right? But first, let's talk to people. Let's get some more information, of course.
God's blessings.
The herbalist Kunhuta sent me. I'm here because of the ghost.
You don't look like you know a thing about ghosts. Why didn't she come herself? Why did she send someone so young instead? Do you know anything at all about exorcisms?
Kunhuta's back hurts, so she sent me. I don't really understand any of this, but I'll do everything I can.
God in heaven. I could have just done it myself.
What exactly has been going on?
It happens at night. Every night now an apparition comes to me and I can't get a wink of sleep. I can't take it anymore.
Whose ghost is it?
His name was Alois and he had a farm not far from Ledechko. A few years ago, his farmhouse burned down with him in it.
I've heard that people who die such horrible deaths seldom rest in peace. Why do you think he chose you of all people?
How am I supposed to know? Maybe because we're neighbours. We grew up together as children.
I suppose that makes sense. Where is Alois buried? For the exorcism, I'll need flowers from his grave.
He's laid to rest in the Sasau cemetery by the wall. His grave is a bit overgrown with vines. I've been there a few times for a visit. The first day he appeared, I prayed at his grave, but he came again just the same.
I know everything I need to know.
Then for God's sake, perform the ritual as soon as possible. Take care.
Okay, am I the only one who suspects that there's not really a haunting? Lois's grave in the churchyard. Oh damn, I'm getting hungry. In real life and in the game.
and chicken.
Ah, I found it. Now to pick the flowers. Right, now back to Drahamira so I can get this thing over with.
Okay.
Ale as usual.
Okay. Oh, I'm dumb. I need to eat and sleep. Also, why is it torches instead of lanterns? Shouldn't it be lanterns instead of torches? Torches is kind of a Skyrim thing, you know? Okay. Letting her be attacked by a ghost for a night. Dude, I'm starting to think this is a real ghost. Of course it's real. I don't know, man. I feel like I haven't gotten a whole lot of hints in like the game that maybe the beginning made me kind of think that, but then like the rest of the everything else is making me think it's not.
Satisfied?
Actually, talking to her made me think it was not.
Well, a little more.
I'll go for that.
That's a good stance to have, dude. You never know. Let's sell some of this bullshit. Eat a whole pancake breakfast. 3 pancakes, and I'm still hungry.
I'm glad to see you.
Buy my weird stuff. Buy this weird stuff. Dude, pancakes are like the best food in this game ever. You know what? You can go to IHOP at any time. You can go to Village Inn at any time, man, and they got pancakes. Do they deliver? I'm sure they do after COVID, man. I don't know if they deliver right now, but hey, man, those are always options. Look at all these hides and like weird bullshit.
Let's talk about the price.
Well,
Ah, that sucks. Hey man, that's one of the nice things about. That's one of the nice things about being in
We're getting there.
the States is that you have 24-hour breakfast. There's not 24-hour anything else, but just breakfast food. Even like Taco Bell will close at like midnight, you know? McDonald's though will be open all night long, as well like all the like trashy breakfast places. And trust me, I know that very well because I'm awake at night all the time. Right now it's like 10:45, but like I'm still going. I'm just getting started, man. Oh yeah, Waffle House. Dude, Waffle House is pretty cool. But there's a lot of drunk people there for sure. It's the place where you go when you just like got back from like a heist. Okay.
Take care.
Let's have a word about the prop.
Well,
Satisfied?
well, a little more.
I'll go for that.
Okay. Now let's drink some beer so I can get my, or just get some more food somewhere. I'm gonna get the ghost. Then we'll save the lady from the ghost. Although I think it's not gonna be that easy. What, you can coat this on stuff? You can put the beer on stuff? I'm gonna coat my weapon in beer. Let me try it. I'm gonna do it. Get him wasted when I'm killing him, dude. But they'll be really good at gambling, is the thing. Oh no, here you apply it to your... Here, let's put it on some dried mushrooms. There we go. Now our dried mushrooms have beer on them. That'll help me in combat. Okay. Dude, I wish I could apply it to my weapon. That would be fucking hilarious. I coated my fucking sword in vodka before I fight you. Now you're wasted from the wounds. It's like, actually, you just made it so I'm less likely to get an infection. Damn it. Okay. Let's do our Scooby-Doo mystery now. Hello?
I'm back with the incense. Can we begin?
Good. Let's go to the cross in the bedroom. Well, what are you waiting for?
I feel a bit out of my depth. This is my first time.
Now you tell me. Well, get started. You've got the flowers, so it has to work.
Well, here goes. Pater noster quiest incarnis sanctificator omen tuum.
Are you sure you're saying that right?
I mustn't be interrupted. In nominate parties et filiis et spirits etc. Ave Maria gratia plenti dominatrix tecum. World without end. O Lord, may he rest in eternal peace, and may eternal light guide his way. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Please God I can finally sleep in peace at night. Come by tomorrow to see if it worked.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, look, there's a little beer symbol next to my dried mushrooms. I'm gonna eat the beer mushrooms. Yes. Now I have a beer mushroom effect right next to my health bar. These mushrooms taste like good beer. Yeah, it's poisoned with beer that's helping me gamble. It's poisoned with health potions. Right next to me, like, see that right there? Gamble. There's like dice, and there's like a little cup. It's not a debuff. It's a buff. Okay, so to the left of my health bar is a dice and some cups, and that is from the beer mushrooms that are making me better at gambling. To the right is the burger perk that makes me stronger in towns versus Savage, right, which is the one in the forest. Excuse me. No, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, so I have to wait a day. That's right. Let's just wait a full day. I don't want to get in trouble for not holding a torch. Is there an inn in town? I think there actually is one, huh? Oh, hold on.
So, did it work? Is your home free of the ghost?
Oh, you're here, are you? You're lucky I didn't have to get you myself. No, it didn't work. The spirit came just the same as before, and I didn't sleep a wink.
So you're saying I won't get my reward?
You get paid for results, my dear, and I haven't seen any yet. At least now I know that old wives' law doesn't help. Go and see Apothecary Connors in battle. I hear he's familiar with all manner of magic.
Have you tried drinking a poppy decoction? I could prepare one for you.
Do you honestly think I haven't tried that? Well, I have, and it doesn't work.
Fine. I'll go and see the apothecary. Hopefully we'll come up with something that works.
Okay. Sorry for the ASMR mukbang stream or whatever, but I just need to eat.
Do you know anything about getting rid of wandering souls?
The wrestler's dead? I might know a bit about that. It depends who wants to know. I wouldn't want to be accused of heresy.
Oh, come now, Konyash. You helped me once before, so I'd like to ask you for something again.
Fine, you're right, Henry. I won't lie to you. I'm interested in occult teachings and a bit of alchemy. It's far more than just old wives' tales. I truly believe it's a science. So what exactly do you need?
To help a village woman from Ledechko. Her neighbor's ghost has been haunting her. He visits her every night.
You don't say. Now this is interesting. Revenants, spectral beings, cursed souls from beyond the grave.
Yes, exactly. Her house is haunted.
To put it vulgarly, my lad, to put it vulgarly. But there are spells that can banish restless souls back to the realm of the beyond.
Now that's what I wanted to hear. And do you know the spells?
Well, I'd like to learn at least one. But the only book I know that contains them has been classified amongst the Libri Prohibiti.
I've no idea what that means.
The spell's written in a forbidden book. A book that's in Latin and kept under lock and key in the monastery. It's called Liber de Mortuis, Necronomiconos. Do you need to know any more?
Do you want me to steal the book?
If you want to get rid of that revenant, you have no other choice. When you bring me that book, we can cast the spell together, since you don't know Latin.
Fine. I'll bring the book.
You'll find it in the monastery library. But it won't be easy to get in. Truth be told, I don't know of anyone who is able to break in and out without getting into big trouble.
I'll try.
With salt, caraway seeds, garlic, and more. You'll find it nowhere else. Flour, egg, salt, yeast. Let it bake a bit.
I'm not surprised. Eddie was always...
You there.
Yesterday went well.
kettles for water, baskets for goods, and horses.
Spearman of the Lords of Sternberg. And his adversary will be Alder Friar, a man-at-arms from Sir Divish of Talmberg's garrison. Welcome, our warriors.
Greetings.
I'd like to enroll in the...
All right.
Of course. Here you are.
I'll write your name down. And I need to know what weapon you choose.
Short sword and shield, definitely.
Good. Goodbye.
The first combatant will be Jake the Stake, a brewery hand from Ratai. And his adversary will be Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzig Kobyla. Let us wish the combatants luck. The combatants have entered the arena and the first duel may commence. Our combatants will demonstrate their skills with short sword and shield.
Oh, you're right. My mic was muted. Sorry. But yeah, I don't have... I've been responding to you. I'm sorry, man. Thanks for saying that. We're doing the Rattay tourney. About what you said about, betting money. I already have so much money right now. I have like 40k. Warhammer 40k money.
Take that!
Nah, dude, I was actually talking to you. I was trying to talk. I just left myself muted from when I was eating the food. So I was, but then I forgot to unmute. Okay, here's the secret way to win. Why is this guy not going down? Henry of Skalitz. Yeah, dude. Just abusing the fucking clinches over and over. Oh, and yeah, and then he's such a tank that he's like just taking all of it.
And the second duel was won by Henry of Skalitz. As victor in this round, he shall proceed to the next.
Wow.
Meeting face to face in this round will be Michal of Janovitz, spearman of the Lords of Sternberg. And his adversary will be Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzig Kobyla. Welcome, our warriors. The combatants have entered the arena and the first duel may commence. Our combatants will demonstrate their skills.
Already have 20 strength, 20 defense, and 20... I don't know what else. Just those two.
Curse her!
Take that! Go ahead.
Hush!
The victor of the first duel is Henry of Skalitz.
Okay. Mortal Kombat!
Now's the time to choose weapons for the next duel. We will witness a duel with longswords.
Four more, damn, dude.
Don't we?
Well, not then.
What's the matter? What's your bolt?
He baited me, dude.
What's the matter?
The victor of the second duel is Henry of Skalitz. He is hereby declared the victor in this round and shall proceed to the next round. The first combatant will be Benesh of Lashim, catpole to the Sasso bailiff.
Catpole?
And his adversary will be Henry of Skalitz.
Yeah, he's pretty good, man.
Sir Radzig Kobyla. Welcome, our warriors.
I don't know any combos.
combatants have entered the arena, and the first duel may...
I especially don't know any,
Our combatants will demonstrate their skills...
Well, I used to know combos, but I forgot them all, you know? Especially since they don't really matter most of the time. I find that any time I try and do a combo, they just fucking master parry me anyway. Dick. How can he do that, dude? What the fuck?
Come here.
Ah! Brute forces, I guess.
The end of the first round of combat, and the victor is Henry of Skalitz.
That was a brutal fight, man.
The second bout will surely be no less exciting. This one may decide the winner. Our warriors will fight with hunting swords.
Thank God. My chosen weapon. Oh, I thought I could get a Master Strike. Master Hand. What the fuck? He's gonna win, dude.
I'll stop.
Oh, I won.
The victor of the second duel is Henry of Skalitz. Lords and ladies, good men and good wives, you have just witnessed the final duel in today's Ratai tourney, for which we all owe gratitude to Sir Hanush of Laipa. All glory to the victor, Henry of Skalitz, man-at-arms in the company of Sir Ratzi
Yes!
Warlock. His prize will be given to him by our gracious Sir Hanush.
Now can you patch my wounds? Because I feel like I'm bleeding. Thank you. Let's go get my prize.
You did it in the end, Henry. No doubt you're well satisfied. And I'm sure you'll be happy with this prize.
I certainly am, my lord. Thank you, sir.
God be with you.
That was hard won, dude. I should have done a little wager on the Rattay tourney. Okay. Dude, I don't know which one looks the easiest. Maybe this one? This one looks pretty good. Stab left down. Yeah, it's only got 3 moves. Pretty easy moves. One of them is a stab, so it's pretty mindless. When I look for combos, I look for what's the easiest one to pull off. Okay. They're the same, dude, except this one's a little bit better. Okay, well, I'm gonna go put those in the chest before I forget. Actually sell them. I need to do that Band of Bastards DLC, you know? That one's got really good armor in it, I think, somewhere. Oh, and I need to do some treasure hunting, don't I? Should I do a treasure hunt before I end stream? Little treasure hunt.
You there.
You that. Just ignore him. He's just a street peddler. Go in my room. Whew. Okay. Well, that was fun. I might get back on the game a little later tonight. We'll see. I just need to take a quick break from it. I might come back though, but I might not. You know, I might get sucked into something else. So we'll see. Okay, guys. Let me save and exit. It's been fun. I know it was a short stream. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna beat this game soon. I know it. Okay, guys. Peace out. Later.